What's going on, everybody? Is What's going on, everybody? It's Davey from the 80s, and you are now entering the Cinema Chop Shop, so park your ass right there. While you're there, don't forget to hit the like, the share, the subscribe button. Also, if you check the link below, you see a Patreon account. If you click it, become a member. All you got to do is try to recommend music trailers we react to. So click the link. Now, with that being said, we're here today with day number 11 of In the Month of Madness. And yes, we are at it again. Today, we're going to review Creature from the Black Lagoon, which is a 1954 movie. It actually was in 3D. I didn't even realize that this damn movie was in 3D. It makes me kind of want to watch it in 3D to see the effect, but I don't have a 3D TV, so I didn't get the chance to actually try this feature out. But this movie is directed by Jack Arnold, who also did Tarantula, and it comes from outer space. And it is starring Richard Carlson, Julia Adams, Richard Denning, Antonio Moreno, Nestor Paiva, Whit Bessel, and many, many more. So, without further ado, let's go ahead and get into the synopsis of Creature from the Black Lagoon. Now, me personally, I've always thought the Creature from the Black Lagoon always had this really cool look to him. Next to Frankenstein, he's probably like one of the cooler designs from the Silver era and the Universal Studios Monster era. But I've always had like kind of like a special place in my heart for this guy. And it wasn't really until a couple of years ago when I actually watched the movie for the first time. So I decided to rewatch it again with my wife because she wanted to watch the movie as well, and I also wanted to rewatch it too. It's classic Silver Age Universal Studios. Like, you can't get any better than that. What I will say is that most of the freaking music from this era, or any other Universal Monster eras, the scores are always phenomenal. Like them orchestra scores, they always hit, and especially that scene when they're underwater fighting with the Creature from the Black Lagoon. There's this particular but this particular scene where the music just hits different, and I really enjoy it a lot. The prosthetics and makeup on not the makeup, but the prosthetics and the mask and the whole look of the creature was pretty dope. And the fact that when he breathed, his gills were moving like in and out, I thought that was also pretty cool. And it's weird because when I was looking at him, I was like, damn, dude, his eyes look like they want to light up. And my wife was like, that would be dope as shit if his eyes actually did light up. And it made me wonder, like, how was the mobility like in that suit, like underwater? Like, he was able to move so well as if he was in like, a flipper and everything. He had the flippers on or whatever. It made me wonder, like, if that suit was created so that they could still swim. I understand that he had the webs on his fingers, which probably made it really easy, but whoever was in that suit did a freaking fantastic job at the swimming scenes. I mean, hands down, it looked great. This film follows a couple of archaeologists as he uncovers some fossils from a previous creature. And based on this, he wants to see if he can find the rest of it so that he can date it and try to find the missing link between when not an amphibian, but like when creatures started coming out of the water and started walking on land. He wanted to know that missing link in between. So they go and wander around and venture into this Black Lagoon area that's been said to whoever goes there is a beautiful place, but they never end up coming back, which almost happens to our heroes in this one. So the creature slowly but surely starts picking people off. He chokes them to death, which honestly, if it was done in today's day and age, I can really think of some really cool ways to kind of implement this. This movie even has a really cool pyrotechnic scene where the creature from the Black Lagoon is set on fire and he has to dive into the water. That shit looked epic. And it's just, I mean, it's a pretty simple story. They go into this area. They're looking for they're actually looking for a fossil, or they're looking for some sort of rock so that they can like predate the minerals in it in order to say that these rocks are from a specific time period, and they end up running across the creature. One man, his motive is completely like capturing the creature, take it back for monetary profit. Well, not even capture him alive; he wants him dead. Then the other guy wants to just leave it alone and just get the fuck out. You know what I'm saying? But he's okay with capturing the creature alive because he wants to be able to study it and shit. You know, he's being kind. But anyway, you already know the real shit. They was going to throw the creature in a zoo-like atmosphere. The point of the matter is the creature becomes angry because they done shot this man in the ass about 5 times with an arrow. And he gets tired of that shit. He starts choking people, slapping them, beating their ass, trying to drown them, all that shit. And they kind of low-key kind of deserve it because they keep fucking with this man in his climate. Like they gotta just leave him alone. But long story short, he sets up some sort of fucking trap in order to keep them there, and he starts trying to pick them off one by one. They devise a plan to like distract them long enough in order to move the little barricade out of the way, but it results in the creature kidnapping one of the dude's girlfriend, and then taking her and giving her the human sacrifice treatment, laying her ass on top of a stone tablet. Anyway, long story short, him and the creature from the Black Lagoon get into a fucking fist fight. He shanks the creature. Creature like, homie, don't play that. He about to pick him up and body slam his stupid ass. And all of a sudden, they come out of nowhere and start shooting. You know, they treated it like, like on some doughboy shit from Menace to Society. Anyway, the point of the matter is, that's the way this movie ends. Creature from the Black Lagoon floating in the water like a dead fish. And we get the big fin at the end. And no pun intended. I had a lot of fun with this movie. I mean, it honestly has, like I said, The Creature from the Black Lagoon has one of the dopest soundtracks. It also has one of the coolest creature costume designs. It's from 1954. Now that I realize that it's a 3D movie, I really want to see it in 3D now, because I can't really imagine like what a 3D Creature from the Black Lagoon would look like. You know, not the fact that what it would look like, but the fact that, you know, what scenes in particular were supposed to be 3D. But I can imagine that the underwater scenes probably look fantastic. That's just me just thinking about the scenes in retrospect. But I didn't know that this was a 3D movie. That's pretty cool, though. I had a lot of fun with this movie, and this is honestly one of those golden age, silver age. Sorry, this is a silver age classic. He's one of the greats up there with the mummies and the werewolves and the Frankensteins and such, Draculas and things like that. So go ahead on your Halloween season, throw on a freaking silver classic, pop in Creature from the Black Lagoon. You will not regret it. That's my review. Let me know if you agree or disagree with anything that I just said. But until next time, you are now exiting the Cinema Chop Shop, and come back tomorrow to check out my next pick for my Month of Madness segment. Adios.